We have an application involving geometry, and it's talking about perimeter and a triangle. So we have, it's talking about the different sides, the shortest side, the middle side, and the longest side. So I'm going to go ahead and just get a picture to help me with this. So I'm going to call this one the short side, the middle side, and this the longest side. All right, the other thing that's helpful right away is just figure out what they're asking us. Find the length of the side. So I'm going to say the short side length is how many, let's see, centimeters, okay. And then the middle and the longest. So with geometry, it is helpful to have a picture, and then we also want, with our applications, just to figure out what it is we're being asked to do. Okay, now we're going to go in and figure out how to write the information into an equation. The perimeter of a triangle is 5 times the length of the shortest side. Okay, so I already have a variable for shortest side, so the perimeter is 5 times the length of the shortest side. Ooh, that's going to look like a 5, so I'm just going to let it be x. Okay, so that's our shortest side. Now, the length of the longer side is 9 longer than the shortest. So to be longer, we would need to have that length and then plus 9. It's common to think that it's 9 times x, but that would be much longer. Okay, it's just 9 units longer. And now finally, the middle is 4 less than the longest. Okay, so we have the longest is x plus 9, and now we need to have 4 less than that, so minus 4. Okay, and now we need to put this information into an equation. Perimeter is talking about the sum of all the sides. Okay, so we're just going to add them up. So we have the shortest side is x, the middle side is x plus 9 minus 4, and the longest side is x plus 9. So we just add all those up. That's our perimeter, and that is supposed to be equal to 5x. All right, and now we're ready to solve our equation. So we've got 1, 2, 3 x's, and then I've got plus 9 minus 4 is 5, plus 9 more. So let's see, 3x is plus 14 equals 5x, and just go ahead and solve. Get all of our x's on one side of the equation. So I've got 14 is equal to 2x. Dividing through by 2 gives us x equals 7. And that was our shortest side, so I'm ready to fill that information into my answer. Our middle side was x, which is 7 plus 9, so that'd be 16, minus 4, there's 12. And our longest side is x, which is 7 plus 9, so that is 16 centimeters. Okay, so we write our answer into a sentence and then just double check, does that really work? Is the perimeter actually 5 times x? If we added all these up, 7 plus 12 plus 16, that gives us, let's see, 7 plus 12 plus 16, that gives us 35. And is that really equal to 5 times x? 5 times 7, yeah, that's 35. Okay, so we just double check that it actually makes sense, and that's done. Okay, the next problem I'm looking at is involving simple interest. So we've got Nico borrowing $10,000, and so part of the money is coming from one account that charges 5.5% simple interest, and the rest is coming from an account that charges 2.5 simple interest. So the big idea with simple interest is that our interest is equal to the principal times the rate times the time with which we're borrowing the money. Okay, we don't know how much he took from, that he used from each account. So if we just let the first one, I'm going to just let this be the Bank of Hawaii, and I don't know how much he put into that one, or how much he borrowed from that one, okay? And then the other one was his student loan. Okay, but I do know that altogether it was $10,000, and so if I take away the amount that he borrowed from B of H, then that would give us the remainder would be from the student loan. Okay, now we put in what we have for our rates and make sure that that's in decimal notation. And so this one is 0.025. The time, let's see, he paid back his student loan in 9 months, so that would be 9 months, 9 divided by 12, which simplifies to 0.75. And the other one was 2 years. So there's that. And now, how much did he borrow from each source? So that's really the important thing, is to figure out how much he borrowed from each source. So he borrowed. Okay, so we figure out what's needed. He borrowed a certain amount from B of H and a certain amount from student loans. Okay, now what else is given? This is really important. He paid a total of $735 in interest. So if we take the interest that he needed to pay for B of H plus the interest he needed to pay for student loans, together that gives us $735. Okay, so we're going to write an equation putting all that information together. So interest is the principal times the rate times the time, that's equal to interest. Okay, so we're going to add up his interest from the B of H loan, so that would be x times 0.055 times 2, and that simplifies to 0.11x. And then this other one has 10,000 minus x times 0.025 times 0.75, and that simplifies to, if I just multiply these guys together, we get 0.01875 times 10,000 minus x. Okay, so I'm going to take and add the interest from both of these, and together that adds up to 735. Okay, so here we go. We've got 0.11x plus 0.01875 times 10,000 minus x, and that's equal to 735. And now I have an equation I can solve. And it's a little bit unpleasant with that decimal, but that's okay. So we got 0.11x plus, when I multiply that times 10,000, I get 187.5, and then minus 0.01875x is equal to 735. All right, and then combining my x's, I would get 0.09125x plus 187.5 is equal to 735, and then subtracting that 187.5 from both sides, we get 0.9125x is equal to 547.5, and then dividing both sides 0.9125, we get x is equal to 6,000. All right, and now we're going to put that information back into our answer. Okay, so x was the amount that we borrowed from B of H. Okay, so that is 6,000. All right, and then we have the student loan amount was 10,000 minus X, so minus 6,000, so that would be 4,000 that he borrowed from his student loans. And there's our answer, and we are done. Okay, it's also a good idea just to double check. So we want to just double check, does 0.11 times 6,000 plus 0.01875 times 4,000, does that really add up to 735? And I'll let you do the check on that. Okay, in this example we have a mixture problem. Okay, so we've got household bleach, and so there's household bleach, and then we also have kind of a low weak solution, and then we want some new mixture, some desired mixture. Okay, so we've got household. Okay, so in the household bleach, let's say this is my container of bleach, and then this is my weaker solution. Okay, just a small little bit of this household, 6%, is the actual hypochlorite, the cleansing agent. In the weaker solution, just 1% is the hypochlorite. Okay, so the rest of it might be a fragrance in there, a bunch of water. Okay, so in the weaker solution, I have a total of 70 liters of liquid. Okay, so total liquid. Now, what I'm being asked to find is how much household bleach should be combined. That's what I don't know. So I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to give myself a variable. That's going to be X, my total liquid of household bleach. Okay, and then together we combine those, we would get X plus 70 of this new mixture. So we're putting those together into our new thing that we're going to sell for lots of money. All right, now we're going to take and think about just the actual hypochlorite for a second. Okay, if we had the hypochlorite in the household plus the hypochlorite in the weaker solution, we would get our hypochlorite in the new mixture. So we need to have some expressions for the actual hypochlorite. So remember that we have just a little 6%, so we're going to write that as a decimal, all right, and then we have hypochlorite in the weaker solution is only 1%, so we would multiply that times the total liquid, and then in the new mixture we want 2.5%, so that would be 0.025 of the combination X plus 70. Okay, so when we add all those up, we can create we just add household and weaker, and that would give us our new desired mixture. So here we go. Great, so now we've put the information into an equation, and now you can go ahead and solve. And I'll give you a minute, just pause the video, and you can see if you can come up with the correct solution. All right, so we should get 30 liters of the household bleach, and let's see how we get that. We would take 0.06x plus 0.7 when we multiply 0.01 times 70, and then this should be a 0.025 x, and then 0.025 times 70 is 1.75, and then get all your x's on one side, all your numbers on the other. So we subtract 0.025x from both sides, getting 0.035x plus 0.7 is equal to 1.75. And then we just subtract that 0.07, giving us that 0.035x is equal to 1.05. And then divide both sides by 0.035, so x is equal to 30, and that is done. The solution